Hi guys, in this video I want to talk about whether it's necessary to fluctuate your caloric intake from your training days to your non-training days. So I've discussed this in a previous video, however I've had a couple of questions during the week from some of my clients, so I thought I'd bring this up and share this with everyone. So the reality is it really depends on a multiple of factors. First, it depends on your goals. For the most part, this question typically comes up for an individual looking to lose body fat. And that question will go something like this: should I have more calories, carbohydrates on my training days versus my non-training days? Now, logic would probably suggest that yes, that should be the case, purely because your expenditure will be higher on your training days versus your non-training days. However, it's important to note the type of training that individual's doing. So for example, if you're an individual that's just doing weight training, even though you are going to be burning more calories than you would do on your rest days, it's not really going to be a significant difference, and therefore you could still achieve the same result by focusing on the same calories every single day of the week, focusing on more that net energy deficit at the end of the week, looking at the week as a whole rather than trying to isolate each individual day. The reason being it's just simpler to follow having one set of calories and macronutrients to follow. However, if I was working with an endurance athlete or someone with a really high demand of training volume on certain days that really did significantly increase caloric requirements, that person would therefore need to have high carbohydrates on their training days versus their non-training days. That's not to say that you couldn't still have a baseline set of calories for each individual day throughout the week. However, for that person, I do think it would be beneficial to have more calories on the training days versus non-training, just because there's a significant difference between calories expended on training days versus non-training days. Also, coming back to the goal of the individual. So let's just go back to the person that's doing weight training, small amount of cardio, and their goal is fat loss. By focusing on the bigger picture, which is that extended net energy deficit over a chronic period of time, that begs the question, is there really any need to fluctuate caloric intake on training day versus non-training day when the goal is essentially creating that deficit over a chronic period of time? Having said that, that's not to say that you couldn't fluctuate caloric intake from training day to non-training day if you were just doing weight training and your goal is fat loss. However, I see it more of a inconvenience, where it's just easier to follow a set macronutrients calories every single day. Now, it is important for me to address whether an individual needs high carbohydrate refeed day. So this is an individual that's already very lean, and the goal of the refeed day is to essentially negate some of the negative effects of dieting. So therefore, this day could still be scheduled within the week. So going back to the point, even though we're not essentially adding more calories on training days versus non-training days, however, a refeed day by default would mean at least one of the days during the week, whether it's a training day or non-training, would be a higher calorie day. So I hope you found this useful. So just to clarify, in my opinion, if you're just performing weight training, small amount of cardio, the amount of calories expended from non-training day to training day is not going to be a massive difference. Therefore, having a baseline set of calories, macronutrients, focus on that net energy deficit throughout the week is going to be the best way to go. However, an individual with a huge amount of training volume, an endurance athlete, someone who's training multiple times a day, it probably is worth looking to increase calories, macronutrients on those training days. It's important to note for the individual that's goals are fat loss, you could still fluctuate in calories on both non-training or training day. You could still do that. The point I'm making is it's not really necessary. So thank you very much for watching. If you've enjoyed the video, please like it, subscribe to the channel. Have a good day. Thank you very much.